In the previous video, I told you about the definition of Qigong that Master Pang Ming, the creator of Yin and Qigong, the Qigong style that I practice and teach, gave us. And I told you it's the most complete definition of Qigong up to date, or at least the one I know. But if you were paying attention, the definition is actually missing something. Nowhere in this definition we talked about Qi, but this is on purpose, and today we're gonna see why. In 1981, when Master Pang Ming was starting the exploration of Qigong, which is in fact the name of a book he was writing, he gave us a different definition of Qigong. In this first definition, Qigong is seen as a martial art that is based on the classic view of life that is used to cultivate and improve the Qi of the human body. This, however, has a problem, and Master Pang Ming was starting to realize it. And the problem is, Master Pang, as he was learning about the different schools and styles, noticed that not all Qigong styles focus or even talk about Qi. Think about Zen meditation. Zen meditation doesn't really talk about Qi much, and yet it is considered a Qigong style. So, what can we do at this point? Master Pang realizes that this is a problem, so he is forced to forget what he thinks he knows and start going after, try to discover the essence of Qigong. What is the essence? And at the same time, the initial definition of Qigong still has some value, because Qigong is the basis of martial arts, Chinese martial arts. Qigong is a fantastic way of cultivating the Qi of the body, and Qigong is a fantastic way of cultivating life and improving life. So the initial definition does have some very valid and useful concepts in it, so we cannot totally disregard it, but at the same time we need to change it and improve it. And it is at this point that the new definition starts to come to life, because he realizes that Qigong is not about Qi cultivation. We do that, yes, that is a side effect, but that is not the goal. The goal that permeates all of the styles, the thing that is at the essence of the practice, is mind cultivation. So the new definition discards Qi and starts focusing on mind and the consciousness and the transformation that the use of consciousness can have on life, and how we can use it to improve and elevate our lives and the life of other people too around us. And with that simple change in the definition, he fixed the problem, because, like we said again and again in the past few videos, consciousness is the commander of Qi. So if you focus on the cultivation of Shen, you are implicitly talking about the cultivation of Qi. And this is what these other styles like Zen meditation, they don't talk about Qi, but they do talk about consciousness. So indirectly they are cultivating Qi, and in fact they do, right? This is one of the effects. But it's never mentioned directly. And this new definition, just by making that small change, changes everything. So why do we care? So why is it so important to have the right definition? That's discipline anyway. I can just practice. Do I need a definition to practice Qigong? Well, yes and no, actually. Because with this new definition, there are things that previously you wouldn't consider Qigong, that now, suddenly, you can see under a different light. Because it's not so much about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. It's where is your consciousness as you're doing it. Because consciousness is, again, at the essence of the practice. So the Qigong is an exercise for the mind, for the consciousness. So keeping that in mind, you can turn pretty much anything into a Qigong practice. And suddenly, a lot of activities, like for instance, meditation, with the previous definition, it wasn't very clear why it was considered a Qigong style. With the new definition, it's pretty clear why. And in that way, you can apply that same principle to many other activities, and you can understand them as Qigong. And it's very important, because understanding something as Qigong has several consequences. You can suddenly leverage all of this knowledge to understand how something works and why it works, and not most importantly, how we can make it work better in many cases. So yes, the definition of Qigong is very important for your practice because it will open your mind and it will remove certain barriers. It will allow you to see things in a different light, and with a much more open mind, you can see your life in a new, very different way. I hope this helped you. I hope this was useful. Let me know in the comments. And I always talk about Zen and Qigong, which is a style of Qigong. So what is Zen and Qigong, and why Zen and Qigong is actually a very revolutionary style, and it's a very important point. It's a very important style in the history of Qigong and in Qigong development. It's proposing new things, different things, sometimes controversial things, but it's allowing us to bring this ancient practice into the new world in a completely different light. So why is it important? How is it different? We are going to talk a little bit about that in the next video. Don't miss it.